Looking to write this script, I couldn't help but make Rick and Morty comparisons in my head. Now, I'm not saying this game is a comedy, it isn't. It has humorous moments, but it's more of a multiverse theme coupled with a nihilistic feeling of futility. Is it fun, though? Well, let's find out. You will die in Star Renegades. You'll die a lot, actually. It is a rogue-lite after all, and I don't like that. Okay, listen. I'm not the guy that reviewed Sekiro and said it needed an easy mode, but one thing I like about a good roguelike is you generally feel like, given a little luck and some skill, you always have a shot. There were times in Star Renegades where I felt like one of the Imperium's lieutenants was beating me just to drive home some sense of hopelessness or to drive the narrative theme that nothing I was doing could possibly matter. I think it sort of helped me realize one of the differences between the traditional rogue-like versus the rogue-lite, and why I prefer the former. In the rogue-lite, it's sort of 1,000 monkeys at 1,000 typewriters kind of a thing. If you attempt enough runs, accumulate enough of whatever persistent currency the game has you unlock, you'll get enough weapons, you'll upgrade enough stats, or just buy enough advanced classes that you can kind of sort of almost brute force your way through the game. However, this feeling of futility, it actually works for Star Renegades. Technically play as a service bot that jumps through a portal moments before destruction to use what you've learned to battle the Imperium and the next procedurally generated reality. There are a multitude of classes for you to build a party from. Some start off locked and must be purchased between runs with some different types of currency you'll gather while battling the Imperium. You'll experiment and you'll find a party comp that works for you. I learned early on, for instance, that stacking tanks is not the way to go. You need damage dealers to end encounters before you take health damage, which will persist until you rest. I'm a firm believer of there's nothing new under the sun. As such, I've never had a problem with developers borrowing styles or mechanics from each other. I was overjoyed when the Soulsborne genre got entries from people other than FromSoft. And as such, I'm loving how the Nemesis system from Middle-earth Shadows of Mordor is being implemented into other games. Like Star Renegades here. Yeah, it's a bit pared down, but that's to be expected. I'd say this though, I love watching Mother's throne room get more and more empty as I murder my way through the Imperium's middle and then upper management. And exactly how do you kill your way through the Imperium, you might ask? Well, here's how. With a combat system that reminds me somewhat of a turn-based system that you see in Shin Megami Tensei or the Persona games. You'll select abilities that take a certain amount of time. The game will project the outcome with slight variances thrown in there for random chance. Ideally, you like to hit your enemies with a type of attack to which they're weak, and you can break them and push them back in the timeline, preferably off the screen entirely so that they don't even get a turn. But you can't endlessly stun lock enemies, and that's why I brought up the needing to bring damage dealers. My foolish double tank team I mentioned before turned even fights with just mere lieutenants, and they devolved into grueling battles of attrition with that not being exactly what you want when you're a plucky group of time gorillas. If you've made it this far, well, thank you. Maybe consider subscribing, tossing a like on the video if you did. I upload weekly and it really helps me kind of know what direction to go content-wise. And I don't want to say that I was pleasantly surprised with Star Renegades here, but I liked it more than I thought. Let's put it that way. The Nemesis system, turn-based combat, they work even better than I'd hoped. And this is a definite buy from me. I bought it at full price, and I have no regrets. The devs are great. They've been adding free updates. It's just a great experience. And until next time, I've been Septimus with the Grim Alliance, and you have all been an amazing audience. I thank you.